Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, my dear students, in the third preparatory stage, and we will study today the last lesson in statistics is follow of operations on events. Operations on events. We studied before the two operations, intersection and union, and we will complete the third operation is the complementary event. In the simple space, if we have an event denoted by A, then the complementary of A is non-occurrence A. Non-occurrence A. That means A and the complementary of it denoted by A dash. A dash is the complementary of A. A intersect A dash equals phi because they are different, and A union A dash equals S. All the simple space. They form the simple space. That means probability of A plus probability of A dash equals 1. Their sum equals 1. And we will use this rule to solve some problems. Number 4 is the last operation. Talk about difference between events. Difference between events. If we have two events, A and B, A difference B means occurrence A and non-occurrence B. And we can say also A only. B difference A means occurrence B and non-occurrence A. Occurrence B and non-occurrence A. Or B only. Venn diagram show the meaning of the difference as you see. If A an event with the black, this is a black, and the red is B. Okay? This part is A difference B. And this part is B difference A. And the common part is, yes, A intersect B. A intersect B, as you see. We have two remarks. A forms from two, the difference and the intersection. Probability of A equals probability of A difference B plus probability of A intersect B. This is from Venn diagram. And also another rule, probability of B form from B difference A and A intersect B. Probability of B equals probability of B difference A plus probability of A intersect B. This is our rules. Let's turn to example number 1. A, B, two events. The sample space of a random experiment. Probability of B equal 1 over 6. Probability of A intersect B equal 1 over 80. And probability of A union B equals 4 over 9. Find. Number 1. Probability of non-occurrence A. Probability of non-A. That means I want to get probability of A or A dash. A dash. Non-occurrence A. That means A dash. Okay, and also we want to get probability of B dash. A dash, we can get it from A. Is probability of A? Yes. Probability of A equal 1 over 6. Then we can get number 1, probability of A dash. How come? From this rule. From this rule. Probability of A plus probability of A dash equals 1. Then any one of them, 1 minus the other. Probability of A dash equals 1 minus probability of A. 1 minus probability of A, 1 over 6. And compute it will be 5 over 6 as proper fraction. Number 2, we want to get probability of B dash. We will get it from 1 minus probability of B. But probability of B is not exists. We have probability of intersection, we have probability of union, and probability of A. We studied in the last lesson, before this lesson, a rule talk about the relation between union and intersection. Probability of union equals probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersect B. Probability of union equal 4 over 9. That's right. Probability of A equal 1 over 6 plus probability of B, we want to get it, to get number 2. Probability of A intersect B equals 1 over 80. Hence, we can get probability of B. Don't move it, move the other by get it in the other side with the additive inverse. Then the probability of B equals 4 over 9 minus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 80 and get the result. It will be 1 over 3 in its simplest form. Then we want to get probability of number 2, probability of B dash equals 1 minus probability of B equals 1 minus 1 over 3. It will be 2 over 3 in its simplest form. Example 2. In the experiment of rolling a fair die once and observing the number on the upper face, if A is the event of getting an even number, A is the even number, and B is the event of getting a number less than 5. Find probability of occurring A only. Number 2, probability of occurring B only. To get A only, B only, we must first get A and B. And before that, S. Let's get all outcomes. S is the set of simple space. It's the simple space of what? Of a fair die once. Then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A is the event of getting an even number. Where is the even? 2, 4, and 6. Each number divisible by 2, the simple space. B is the event of getting number less than 5. Less than 5, it will be 1, 2, 3, and finally 4 from the simple space also. We want to find the probability of occurring A only. That means probability of A difference B, because the word only means A and non-B. A difference B. Number 2, probability of occurring B only. That means probability of B only. That means probability of B minus, difference A. To get this or this, let's get first A difference B. A difference B and B difference A. A difference B, what is the meaning of the difference? Elements in A and not in B. Elements in A and not in B. Okay? Hence, we will cancel the common elements and take the rest in the first. The common between A and B, 2, 4. The rest in A is only 6. B difference A, the elements in B and not in A. 2 repeated, 4 repeated. Where is the elements in A, B and not in A? Yes, they are 1 and 3. 1, 3. Then the probability of A only, the number of A difference B, the number, okay, let's count. It's one element over number of sample space. Number of sample space equals 6. Then each probability, it will be over number of sample space. This is number 1. Number 2, probability of B difference A equals number of B difference A, 1, 2, over number of sample space, 6. It will be 1 over 3 after simplifying. This is example number 2. Example 3. Class contains 45 pupils. 20 pupils of them like reading police novel, and 15 pupils of them like reading romantic novels, and 5 of them like reading the 2 kinds of the novels. Calculate the probability that a pupil likes reading police novels. Number 2, the pupil likes reading police novels only. Number 3, the pupil doesn't like reading the police novels. Number 4, the pupil likes reading the 2 kind together. We will say that the number of pupils that like reading police novels, A, police novels denoted by A, and romantic novels is B. The number of A, 20 pupils. 20 prefer reading police novels, and 15, number of them is 15, and 5 of them like reading the 2 kinds, that they are like reading police and romantic. Then the number of A and B, and means here the intersection, the number of them is 5. Okay, and all the pupils, their number is 45, number of sample space. Let's get the required. In number 1, the pupil likes reading police novels. To get number 1, let's turn to the symbol. The symbol is A. We want to get probability of A. Probability of A is the number of A over number of sample space. Number of A equal 20. Number of sample space is 45. And get the result in the simplest form. It will be 4 over 9 in its simplest form. Number 2. The pupil likes reading police novels only. That means probability of A difference B. A only. That means probability of A and not B. Okay? How can we get probability of A and not B? Let's turn to this rule. This rule get probability of A difference B. How can we get it? Probability of A minus probability of A intersect B. Probability of A minus probability of A intersect B. The probability of A, we get it before, 20 over 45, minus probability of intersection is the number of intersection, 5, over number of sample space, 45. It will be 15 over 45. It will be in the simplest form 1 over 3. 1 over 3. Number 3, we want to get the pupil does not like reading the police novels. The police novels denoted by A does not, it means A dash. Then we want to get probability of A dash. probability of A dash equals, yes, 1 minus probability of A. 1 minus probability of A equals 4 over 9. It will be 5 over 9. Number 4, and the last required, the pupil likes reading the two kind together. The two kind together. The two kind together means the intersection. We want to get the probability of A intersect B. Okay? The word together means intersection. Probability of intersection equals number of A intersect B, 5, over number of simple space 45. It will be in the simplest form 1 over 9. And finally, we have finished our lesson today and our session in algebra and statistics branch. Thank you for listening and wish you a good day.